I need to dress the part. Items that you want to pass down for the generations, and it's all contained to one box. Good morning, welcome back to the vlog, my friends. I'm going to take you along with me for my vending event. The preparation, the packing of my items, all the prep work. Today is Saturday, today is the day of the event. Usually I prep before the day before the event, but this week it's just been a lot on my plate, so that's okay, we're doing it this morning. Since setup is at 10 and the event goes from 12 to 5 and then teardown is at 6, I want to make sure that I'm fueled properly, so I always eat like a really high protein breakfast. Something that's going to sustain me at least until lunch. Usually I bring a lunch, but in this case there is going to be food there to buy, and it's just a little bit easier since there's no like refrigerator or anything. I always try to dress the part. So if your booth is casual and your items are casual and pretty cheap, then you can dress the part. Dress to match your booth. So if your booth is cheap and casual, easy buys, then jeans, t-shirt, something to totally match the vibe of your table, because you blend in with your pieces. You want to blend in with your pieces. My items are expensive. Handmade ceramics last a long time. They're more durable than getting something machine made from Target. So I need to dress the part. So I wear a dress. I wear clothes that make me look more expensive and professional. No, I am not a professional when it comes to dressing. I am actually, like, that is not my strong suit. I'm really not good at fashion, but I wear what I think makes me feel expensive, makes me feel like I'm showing up, matching my booth. Items that you want to pass down for the generations, so I need to dress the part. I need to show people that they are buying something expensive from somebody who cares, who matches that. Another really important thing that I like to do is wear items that I'm selling. So today I have on some heart earrings because I'll be selling some heart earrings. People like to be able to see, especially when it comes to jewelry, they want to be able to see what it looks like on. It's helpful to be able to, while I'm explaining, like show, like these are made of ceramic, but they're not pulling my ears down. They're not heavy, they're lightweight, they're made of porcelain. So I'm able to show and tell, which makes it so much easier to sell the product. I always want to put sunscreen on because I'm going to be out in the sun the whole day. So really important to protect my skin. I've made the mistake before of not putting sunscreen on, and I come home at the end of the day and I'm like an absolute lobster. I'm gonna put on a little bit of makeup just to show that I care and that I'm expensive. So the day before, I usually pull out all my inventory, and I usually in that inventory I make sure I have enough stuff for the table. If I don't, I usually walk around my house and grab all my backup stuff, but I don't want to bring too much stuff, and everything needs to be easily packed up, like in a small basket, because it's a lot to carry and unpack, especially if I can't park right next to my booth, which usually you can't. I usually dress nice, but I try not to wear like fancy shoes, because if I'm standing on my feet all day, my feet are going to be killing me, and that will result in not being happy, and customers want to interact with somebody who has good attitude. They're more willing to come and spend on somebody that they feel like they can build a nice connection with. I usually try to wear shoes that are comfortable, and since I'll be behind the table, no one's gonna really see my shoes. I am not going to wear tennis shoes or like running shoes with a dress. Like, I still try to look nice, but I'll just make sure that they are like comfortable, you know? Good enough for like wearing all day. I need to stop by Michael's today because I need to make sure I have enough bags. People like to have their items bagged up, packed up, so that they can take them with them. We're ready. I always have my earrings ready to go, and they're all organized by type. That's gonna help me lay them out correctly. I have some new items, and I pack everything up in a basket that's easy to carry. I always bring extra pricing sheets, and I have signage for pricing. That's super helpful, so I don't have to repeat myself a million times, which I will do anyways, but it makes a difference. I don't wrap everything super well. I found that it just takes up more space, and I haven't had any issues with things breaking because I'm very gentle and careful with the way that everything is stacked. I always bring some tape, and I always bring a tablecloth that has my brand on it. So this is a lot of items, and it's all contained to one box, which is really important. It ended up being a pretty good one. My camera died after setup, but we made probably a little over $700 for the day, which is like, it's like a mediocre one. It was an interesting crowd of people, really, really nice, wonderful people, but definitely there for the wine, there for the good time. The high-end big sales usually come closer to the holidays. So it was still fun. It was a good time. If you guys want to see more stuff like this, please let me know down below. If you have questions about vending and setup and all that kind of stuff, I've done quite a few. So I'm happy to answer any questions you might have. Feel free to reach out. But other than that, you guys are great. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your week, and I will see you next Tuesday. Bye.